Hi everyone, it's Shannon with Play with the World, and I'm out, of course, playing with the world this weekend. It's an absolutely amazing weekend. I hope you have a beautiful weekend coming up and take time to play. So here's the message today. In fact, I want to talk to you about something that a lot of us experience. We have goals, we have dreams, and we think about them, and then we often think about, well, I have this dream, but I don't know how it's going to come true. And then we start to worry, and we immediately go to worry because we don't know how it's going to happen, we don't know when it's going to happen, we don't know if we're going to get enough money to make it happen, and all of a sudden that thing that we want is so far removed from where we are that we actually get really frustrated. So are you worrying? And are you spending more time worrying about your future than actually taking steps to make that future a reality? So today, I'm going to give you 3 simple steps that you can do when you're worrying and when you're really worrying about things not working out or when are they going to work out. Try these tips out and watch how things really change for you and really practice them. Take moments each day when the worry creeps in to just do them in each moment and watch how things transform for you. So the very first one that I want to share with you is to actually let go of the idea that there is a happily ever after. You see, what happens is a lot of the times we have these goals and we think about what we really want. I want to lose weight. I want more money. I want my soulmate. I want to be in my dream career. I want my business to do well. And we think about what we want, and then we relate and realize that we're not there. And we think about what we're currently experiencing, and there's this huge lack. There's this big deficit. And we think the happily ever after. We think when we get what we want, everything's going to be better, and we're going to be so happy. And this is the happily ever after syndrome, as I call it, because we think that making our choice or getting that dream is going to just make everything better for us. But the reality is we have to let go of the idea that there's this happily ever after and really start to train ourselves to be happy in the moment. And as we do this, things will change, and that dream that you want will actually come to you much faster. So look at your own goal and the dreams that you're working towards, and think if you're putting the happily ever after aspect into it, and see if that's actually hindering you from being happy. Try that out for a second. So the second step that I want to share with you is very easy. In fact, I talk about it in a lot of my articles, and you may have tried it before, is to turn your lack into love. Again, when we start to worry about things and we're worrying about the future and the unknown and how the dream's going to happen, when it's going to happen, it always comes back to this lack and this feeling that we're not quite where we should be, or things are off track, or the fear takes over because of whatever it is you're experiencing isn't what you currently or really want in your life. So what you do is, instead of leaning on fear, you invite love in. Next time fear takes over, which will be anytime today or tomorrow or this week, catch it in its tracks, and instead you can say, I invite love in. And this looks like something like, let's say you have a goal and you really want to move, or you really want to start your own business. But then you think, gosh, I don't know when the right time to leave my corporate job is. Or if you want to move, I don't know if I have enough money to move. And you think about all the reasons why it's not happening. Well, this is lack, right? So we're going to turn the lack into love by simply bringing love in. See my heart here? Woohoo! And so you bring love in by saying, I invite love in. Simple as that. Or another good tip is to actually look and address your lack and say, this is a lack mentality. This is a limiting belief. I choose to believe in love, and I invite loving actions in, and I choose to focus on what I want, which is loving, which is to move to your dream location, to be in your new job, your new career, leaving your corporate career and walking away gracefully. Like, focus on what you want. That's the key to this powerful process, okay? So try that out this week and see how that helps you. Now, if worrying's really taking over and it's affecting your ability to really understand clarity and really feel what it is you want most, then I want to encourage you to think about the third step. I'm going to give this to you and apply this to your life when the worry is so overwhelming that it's actually you feel flustered, you feel totally overwhelmed. Perhaps you actually feel like you can't move forward. You're paralyzed by your fear. And so this step actually helps a lot. And that is, the third step is to drop from your head to your heart. drop from your head to your heart. What do I mean by this? Well, a lot of the times fear exists in our head. It will overanalyze, it overcompensates, it overthinks, it thinks about how things aren't working, why they're not working, how could they possibly work. It just totally runs rampant. So what you want to do is actually address that. Think and recognize it when it comes in, and then stop thinking so much and instead drop to your heart. When I first left corporate, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was diagnosed with clinical depression. I realized that my current lifestyle was just not working, and I immediately went to worry. I freaked out and I said, oh my God, this is what I thought I was going to do for the rest of my life, and now that I realize it's not working, what the heck am I going to do? And all this fear came in. And I tried these 3 steps. The very first one where I said I let go of my happily ever after. I had to let go of the idea that advertising was going to be my forever and end all, be all. And the reality is once I let go, I started to open up to possibilities of being and doing what that I really love, which is writing and traveling and sharing messages out in the world with you guys. And I couldn't do that until I really let go of realizing that happily ever after isn't out there, it's right now. We have to choose happiness in the moment and cultivate that. So how can you cultivate that, okay? And then I did the next step, which was turning my lack into love. Any place I felt like I was off track or any place that I felt overwhelmed, I invited love in. And instead I said, I'm going to choose happiness and I'm going to focus on love instead of the fear and what's not working. And then the final step, I totally got out of my head. Let go of what's in your head and drop to your heart. And that's what led me, each guided action led me to really open up to new possibilities. And each step I took, the worry got less and less and it really diminished. And so if you're overwhelmed by worry and you're worrying about the fear or wondering how the future of your life is going to work out, then recognize that it's all unfolding exactly as it should be. And when you try these 3 steps, you feel more empowered. And it really comes back to you feeling happy in each moment. That's what we're here trying to do together. So I hope you enjoy these tips. I can't wait to hear how they go for you. And I'm going to go keep playing with the world, okay? So you do the same and enjoy your week worry and stress-free, because once you try these tips, you're really going to feel more empowered and happy in the moment. Thanks, guys. Have a great time playing with the world.